Bobcat fans, we are here at Coach's Corner. This segment sponsored by Roof Masters and Bubba's 33 in Longview, Texas. Our coach today with us is defensive coordinator himself, Coach Greg Gaston. Coach, how are you today?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, Coach. And one of the reasons I'm glad you're here today, and I'll just go ahead and say it, is something we have seen the biggest improvement on Friday nights. And I'm just going right into it, man. It's been on the defensive side of the football for Hallsville Bobcat football. Coach, what do you expect out of your defenses?
I like us to be a dominant force on the field. Just taking coaching and doing what's asked of you all the time, and just giving full out effort. One guy that I worked for in the past, his mantra was, do it hard, do it right, do it fast, or do it again. And so, you can coach everything, but you can't coach effort. And if the kids are giving full effort, then that's what makes them become a dominant defense.
Well, I've seen from last year to this year, it looks like a total different defense. What all have you changed, or is it just the kids buying into what your system is?
It's a little bit of both. The kids are, I was here last year, second year here. The kids are now more used to me, I guess you can say, and then changed up a few things on defense. Running what we ran when I was at Carthage, and of course, what they've done over the years. So,
right.
I'm a big believer of that whole system. And when I was at Beckville, we ran that same thing and improved from year 1 to year 2, and played 4 rounds. And so, just being a believer of the system and the scheme. And so I think that's helped mold who we are as a defense.
Well, I know me and Marc have talked about it in the booth more than one time. The kids look like they're in the right spot this year, where last year the holes would open up against us, and when this wasn't there this year, it looks like, Coach, you've got them right where they're supposed to be.
And I can't take credit for all that. It's, got a great defensive coaching staff, and just everybody being on the same page and knowing what to do. That's the number one thing, and we rep it daily over and over and over, just, making sure that we're good and spot on to where we're supposed to be and how we're supposed to fit up. The defensive line, they go over double team drills and, learning how to fight through the double teams. And what I tell the kids is, linebackers have to make the D-line right, and the secondary have to make the linebackers right. So if somebody's out of place, yes, it still looks like we're doing things the right way because the people behind them are making them look right.
2-part question for you here, Coach, is, one, have you always been on the defensive side of the football when you're coaching? And the second kind of part of that is, offensively is a lot of schematics, setting up, a lot of prima donna stuff. They're pretty. Defenses, a lot of times, who just wants to hit? Mm-hmm. So is that what you instill in your players? And I do want to know, have you always been a defensive coach?
Actually, no. When I first started coaching, I was actually on the offensive side of the ball. I went to college and played on the offensive side, then made the transition to defense. But when I first started coaching, I was aspiring to be an offensive coordinator.
Okay.
And got the opportunity to be offensive coordinator by title for 1 year, and then I went to coaching defense, and I haven't looked back since.
So today's game has changed from back whenever, even when I played, when we folded our helmets, put it in our pockets. Playing defense is different than it used to be.
Right.
You have to hit them a certain way. You can't take their heads off anymore. Has that been difficult to coach? With targeting and rolling at their legs and touching them wide receivers and, oh Lord, you hit the quarterback. Oh, we got to throw 3 flags.
Well, it's kind of like being in the classroom today. Sometimes the way that I learned how to do math is different from what they're taught now and how they want it taught now. But you always go back to those old school ways of learning things. Some people would like to see different ways of how to get things done. And like a old person once told me, I ain't gonna say old, a wise person once told me, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So yes, they have different ways that they say we should tackle, but sometimes you need some of that old school stuff to actually get it done.
Careful when you say, oh, that almost hurt my feelings.
Well, Coach, tell me a little bit about yourself. Are we starting to bleed purple more now? Second year in Hallsville, are we married, kids?
Yeah, I'm been married for 6 years. Yeah, I think 6 years.
They're going to get you in trouble on the air, Coach.
We don't want to stop and start that over. Coach, you've been married 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. I've been married 6 years. Got 2 daughters, 1 3, and 1 4 months, about to be 5 months. And just been around, have a wealth of experience. I think learned a whole lot of good stuff from a lot of the coaches that I've been around, and so yes, I'm bleeding purple. And like I tell everybody, I'm where I am until the Lord tells me to move around. So
Awesome.
I'm bleeding purple.
Awesome. Coach,
That's awesome.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Fans at home, thank y'all for joining us. This has been Coach's Corner. We'll see y'all next time.